Known for his rugged appearance and no-nonsense style of acting, Gene Hackman's career provided us with one of the most natural performances ever seen in film. With more than 80 movies under his belt and 2 Academy Awards, Hackman is appreciated by both critics and audiences around the world.
So those of you that don't know, you should know by now because this happened towards the end of February. So it's been 3.5 months since Gene Hackman was discovered in his home by police officers. Now, I don't know what the circumstances were that led up to either of them dying. They're saying that it was nothing suspicious or anything of that nature. But from what I understand, this is the moment that officers that were at the house discovered his body as well as his wife, I believe.
He's probably a little sad. You okay? You okay? Yeah, he's running around. Oh, so we got him to move. Poor guy, he's sad.
Where is he?
He's actually, I don't know how to get there through here. If we walk back outside, there's another door.
So he's like a totally separate spot.
Yeah.
Way separate. Like
Yeah.
he's on that side of the house.
Like upstairs.
Upstairs. I thought it was kind of weird about how he was laying.
I spent many a days
Like it looks like he was trying to go outside and just.
dealing with death scenes like this.
Where she's laying and everything. It doesn't make sense on why that door was open.
It's a pretty big house.
Could be a bathroom, maybe?
The one female police officer, she made mention of opening a window. I wonder if there's a little bit of decomposition, odor in the air.
I guess they're all unlocked most of the time, but I think this is the door he was talking about.
Were they open when the dogs open?
That one that we first went through was open.
You get lost in that house.
No, I haven't taken photos yet.
Now, clearly there's somebody deceased there. I don't know if that's Hackman or if that's the female. My guess is it's probably Hackman because they said it was on the other side of the house, and it looks like they kind of walked over that direction.
Two totally separate areas.
No, it's strange. I guess if you want to get that drone, I'll drop. What's his name comes here?
You know, I understand privacy, but in this day and age, just show the video. You don't have to blur it out. People have seen so much crap, they're not phased anymore by it.
Yeah.
I understand maybe for the family, you don't want the family to
There's
see it,
another. If we can open these. I don't think they did.
No?
I don't think so.
Well,
If you turn these knobs, I think these windows open.
no, that's what I just checked.
But you know, Gene Hackman, as an actor, he made a lot of movies. Good actor, so I wouldn't doubt that he's got the money to afford a place like this, kind of secluded up in the hills, away from everybody. Beautiful home. The thing about decomposition, cracking the windows is good, but it's going to take more than cracking some windows to get rid of that smell.
And they don't really see them. They don't know one really sees them other than phone
They
texts.
said they're very private people, like very secluded.
So I guess last contact with her was about 2.5 weeks ago.
I think at this heat, it would probably be
There's a thermostat right there.
a little bit more.
The other one is at 74.
What's that?
This one, the American is like 74.
74?
Since about 70. It's way hotter in here than that.
It is.
Okay, so did you find anything by them?
No.
You think, and that's his girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Girlfriend, wife, I think. Sounds like she has the same last name.
Huh. This is that Donna group.
Oh, yeah. His papers.
Female's probably the one in the kennel. 11 years. Looks like it could be.
Yeah. Was it brown?
Yeah, it was a brown dog.
German Shepherd mix, yeah.
The German Shepherd mix, I think he's the one that's running around
Yeah.
outside. That's the kind of aggressive one. Who kind of bark at you.
Not the male, right? Not the big one though?
Not the big one, no. Yeah, the other one is like a husky colored.
This one says a German Shepherd mix, 53 pounds. Please keep collar on at all times. Look like this one's in the vet.
The other one did have a collar, that white with shepherd mix. The one in the kennel I don't think had a collar.
And leave that thing. It smells like gas.
You smell gas?
Like just
Something.
smells
So
like
if there was a gas leak and they both went down, that doesn't make sense why those would be off.
So it's not on, but
I smell
you can
gas.
smell it.
You know what's funny? What a lot of people don't realize, gas is odorless. Natural gas, they add a chemical to it so that it has an odor so that you can detect if it's something leaking.
What is that noise that turned off?
I think it was a fridge.
Is it? Okay, maybe we should buy head out.
I'm telling you, I would get lost in that house. I remember when I worked in Scottsdale, I worked in an area where there were a lot of homes like this, and I'm telling you, the size of these houses were astronomical. You could literally get lost. Some of these houses had basketball courts inside the house, swimming pools, it was nuts.
Was it
So this visit was from January 8th. This was from last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah, January 8th. So that was how long ago?
that's probably a month and a half-ish. Because we're the 26th.
Okay.
It's smoking hot.
Well, let's just say she was smelling that, you know, and then maybe went to go.
So just petroleum gas.
Maybe went to go get ready or go to bed or something, and then.
You know, with body camera technology, it allows us to look into a lot of the behaviors and actions of police officers, which I actually thought was a good thing when I was a police officer, because not only does it protect other people, it also protects you. You know, if you're walking through these people's house, you see this house, beautiful home, you know, somebody says, oh, something's missing, or they had a stack of money on the nightstand or something. Well, because you have your body camera on, it's going to protect you for that. But when I was a cop, I responded to so many death scenes like this. And I'm sure some of you may be wondering, like, why are they just walking around this house just willy-nilly like they own the house? Well, a lot of times when you respond to a death investigation, you're treating it like a crime scene because you don't know if there's foul play involved or if it's just natural causes. So in this case, they're trying to look at documents to try to discover who these people are and other things. So even though it may look to you like they're just going through their personal belongings, to a certain degree, they kind of have to. So until the detectives get on scene, I'm assuming with this being an actor, notoriety, Gene Hackman, I guarantee you that this is going to be looked at closer and even more scrutinized. And as you can see, there were what looked to me 4 sheriff's deputies. There's just a lot that a lot of people don't understand that goes into these types of investigations. So like I said, when I worked for Scottsdale PD, we were told we had to treat every death investigation, even if it was somebody that was 95 years old and it looked like they just died. We had to treat it like it was a crime scene. We had to have our crime scene people come out, take photographs of the body, where they were found. Because from what I understand, years ago, a lot of these scenes that looked natural weren't treated as such. And then I believe there was a case or two where they discovered that the person had actually been killed. And that changed the whole policy as far as investigating these types of cases. So anyway, make sure you like this video if you haven't already done so. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, I love you guys, and I'll check you on the next one. Later.